We began the 8 o'clock hour with some breaking news as we have all morning long. DPS says they do have a man in custody after chasing him in an APS truck and then on foot.
Yeah, we watched this come to an end within the last hour. So Gibby is live on scene at 104th Avenue and Lower Buckeye Road with some pretty dramatic video of what we learned about how this all started. Gibby.
Yeah, good morning, guys. DPS giving us some updated information, letting us know that this was a carjacking, or at least that's what was called in to them. But if I step aside here, look, all the units are gone now. You can still see the APS truck stuck right where it is. But let's go back to how this all started. This happening right before 5 o'clock this morning. DPS telling us that APS worker called and said he was carjacked right around the 101 and Thomas. The driver, the suspect, then got into that car, made its way to this Estrella Park neighborhood in Tolleson, which is right around 107th Avenue and Durango, and led him on a chase in through the neighborhood. And then once the Phoenix Firebird got here, officers kind of like stepped back and let Firebird just follow him. As a matter of fact, they followed the suspect all the way to I-10 and 107th Avenue, then back into this neighborhood where you saw he got that APS truck stuck in some kind of a water canal that's here near the neighborhood, and then he went on foot. They started to chase him through this neighborhood. They were getting calls, 911 calls from people saying he was running through their backyard, and finally, right around 7:30, we caught it all on our AZ Family News chopper, where they chased him down the neighborhood and finally were able to tackle him and take him into custody. Right now, we are not hearing reports of anybody being hurt in this, and I will tell you guys that some of the early reports we had was that APS truck driver was actually helping him out along the 101, helping him move the car off to the side of the road before he got carjacked. So the good news here, no one was hurt, no one in this neighborhood was hurt, and you can see it is now clear back here, guys. We're going to try to make our way over into the neighborhood because you can see where they're trying to move the suspect from one car and maybe transport him over in an ambulance.
All right, Gibby, thank you. That's why some people just don't want to get involved, right? You just never know.
All right, just about 2 minutes after 8 here. We got to get back to the weather. A winter storm winding down across Arizona, but we have the rain, we have the snow, hail in parts of the valley, and about a foot of snow up north.
It was a crazy night, huh? As the storm system moves east, it's expected to leave behind some really freezing temperatures. So we have team coverage for you this Wednesday morning. Sarah, yep, she's freezing up in Flagstaff with the lingering conditions following the storm.
And Gina is watching the roads up north that have been closed throughout the morning, major closures. But first, we'll start with April in studio with a look at what is going on out there.
Yeah, well, things are winding down, but the hazards are still real, even for the valley this morning. We have a freeze warning that's been issued for tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, all of the Valley metro area, with one exception, has dropped off to the 30s this morning. We've got 41 at Sky Harbor, everywhere else in the 30s, including 30 at Carefree and 31 in Cave Creek, right at freezing in Anthem and Whitman, both at 32 degrees. We've got 35 at Glendale. If you're headed out the door in Scottsdale or Tempe, you're in the upper 30s. It's barely above freezing in communities like Gilbert, Levine, and right down to freezing in Buckeye. So these are some of the coldest temperatures we've seen around here in a while. Tomorrow morning will be even colder with a freeze warning and a first alert for your Thursday. Let's talk about your Wednesday right now. This is our cold front. It's headed out of here. We got some early morning snow in Tucson and a whole lot of snow yesterday in Flagstaff. On the back side of this, a few flurries, some light snow possible in the high country, but again, it's winding down. And for the valley, the precipitation chances, the rain chances, the thunderstorm chances, that is all over. So we're looking at sunshine today, but cool temperatures and breezy conditions that'll make it feel even colder. 51 by lunchtime, 56, that's it for an afternoon high. We're typically in the low 70s this time of year, but Mother Nature says not today. Now, some issues in the high country from all of that snow. We've got a second day in a row of school closures. Take a look. No school today for Page Unified Schools, Window Rock Unified Schools, or Flagstaff Unified. And there are 2-hour delays this morning for Prescott Unified and Williams Unified School District. For a full list of the closures and delays, go to our AZ Family mobile app or website. Right now, let's toss it up to Flagstaff. Sarah's up there live for a second morning in a row, and as we mentioned, they got a foot of snow. So how are those roadways looking this morning, Sarah?
Yeah, we definitely got a foot that we're seeing here. The roadways, well, the main roadways, they're actually not too bad. There's quite a few people out so far this morning in the 8 o'clock hour. Let me show you what we're seeing right now. It is beautiful up here. And you know, we're kind of joined by a special guest. The sun is out, but it's still kind of flurrying. That just makes it all the more beautiful. But these main roads, they're good. I-17 looking pretty okay. But the side roads, they're still working to clear those side roads. Those side roads still dangerous, have a lot of ice on them, and they're overall just very slick. I spoke with the city of Flagstaff, who says that their main goal today is to work on those side roads.
Most of what we're seeing is ice-related. Maybe vehicles just going a little bit too fast or not judging the corners quite right. But we are seeing an uptick in accidents this morning, and it is delaying some of our snow operations into our secondary routes right now.
What are your goals for today? What are your crews working on?
They're working into our community resident sections, which is our secondary routes right now, which is great news. They got most all of our main roads caught up, and getting into those secondary routes, it's parked cars in the roadways is what's really holding us up right now.
Now, even though the sun is peeking out a little bit here, it is still very cold, like you mentioned, April. We were definitely feeling that this morning. We definitely saw a lot of ice everywhere, so definitely something to look out for. Coming up later this morning, we're going to be on the I-17, which is actually starting to become a little bit more clear. So if you're heading up or if you're leaving Flagstaff today, we'll talk to you a little bit more about that. For now, in Flagstaff, I'm Sarah Robinson for Arizona's Family.
Well, safe travels to you, my friend. Hope you get back here safely. Take it easy. You know, at one point, the I-17 was shut down early this morning. Sarah, thank you for your coverage. Let's continue the team coverage here, though, and let me show you what things look like along the I-40 in Belmont. That's going to be a little bit west of Flagstaff, and you can see just how awful the conditions are, though. The truckers are trying to get our commerce across the country. And then this is the I-40 on the east side of Flagstaff. And again, you can see just how icy the roadways are. At one point, the I-40 was shut down for a more than 100-mile stretch from Ashford all the way across to Winslow. But let me show you what is still closed. Most of the roadways have reopened. The 64 across the Grand Canyon is shut down. The 180 north of Flagstaff is closed. That's a big deal because that's the roadway that you use to get to Snow Bowl. So all you diehard skiers, hold off for just a bit because that roadway is closed. And then the I-40 westbound at Holbrook is closed. ADOT saying that's because of an accident. Now there's a new closure also because of winter weather conditions. It's the 77 from Globe down almost all the way to Winkleman. Back here in the valley, we're still in the thick of rush hour. We'll update your drive times in the next traffic report from the Hastings Traffic Center. But I need to take you to the far west side of town. Our chopper is over a pretty bad accident at Lower Buckeye and Watson. So that's going to be in Buckeye. And you can see just the horrible damage to at least two of these vehicles here. We understand that there's a medical response. So that likely means we've got serious injuries and probably numerous injuries as well. You can see the restrictions in the area. I recommend at this point we just avoid this intersection. Again, it's Lower Buckeye and Watson.
Gina, thank you very much. Throughout the month, we have been celebrating Black history, and today we're celebrating it through art.
Yeah, Daryl Cunningham introduces us to a couple who runs the only Black-owned art gallery in Phoenix.
Black history is art. It's the heartbeat of a community. With every brushstroke, it reveals stories of the past, present, and future. It's raw emotions left to personal interpretation. You can find that and so much more at this unique art gallery.
Black American art is important because this is an opportunity to authentically show the culture. Certainly it can be shown in any setting, but from one Black American to another, you can relate.
Black art what it means to me is the ability to see myself on a canvas.
It's part of our history to not only to show it, but to preserve it and to support it.
I enjoy all art, but it's just something about black art that I can actually sit down and relate and say, that's me.
Literally, there was a need. At the time that we started, in 2016, there were no black-owned galleries in Phoenix. And so we decided, to fill that void. And whereas, the gallery is black-owned, it's all-inclusive. We've shown artists, that are not black Americans. I mean, our focus is really just on the art culture overall, but specifically giving a home to black American artists. Art is expression, right? As you said, each piece tells a story out of time. Literally sand running through your hands, the sands of time running through your hands. What are we doing here? Am I using my time wisely?
We really didn't see art that was created by black individuals. So we felt it was important, and it was our job to create this gallery so it would be presented more. People have a place to come see art by black individuals.
So a lot of people, when they walk in, they always say, oh, I love the vibe in this place. So that's very, very intentional.
You want to have a jam session? Don't bring your stuff. I have everything here. Just come and jam.
We are not just a gallery. We are an event space. Jazz shows. So that's the other thing that we do very well here. It's the live music, which is just another form. It's another form of art. We didn't know that we would be the only black-owned gallery for a very long time. We don't want to be the only one. We want to see ourselves mirrored all over the valley.
Art is just a peek into the soul.
Yeah.
It shows you everything that person's about and what they're thinking about, what they've been through, what they're going through, and how they express themselves to show that they're who they are.
Daryl, thank you for that. What a great story. This is one of the many stories that will be profiled in a half-hour special we've been working on this month. You can catch Celebrating Black History next Thursday at 8:30 p.m. on 3TV.
Hey, into this, we are hanging out with a Hopi soap maker coming up next in Jamie's Local Love.